Hello, welcome to our show where I talk about stuff. Since I'm in quarantine and have so much time now, I thought, why the fuck not? And I know what you're thinking. Oh, a cartoon character on the internet bitching about stuff. Oh, how original. Oh yeah? In this video I'm gonna talk about The Thing. Not the 2011 one, the, remake slash prequel movie. Not the 1951 one either, with the Frankenstein-looking plant monster. Not even the book that came out in 1938 with the title Who Goes There, which the movies are based out of. In this video I'm gonna talk about the movie that came out in 1982. John Carpenter's The Thing. Why? Because this movie is so fucking awesome, man. It's my favorite movie of all time, and it's got effects and explosions, and it got like... It's just... I love this movie. And many people who might find this video probably love this movie too. By now this movie is quite famous and loved by all kinds of people, and rightly so. But back then, when the movie came out, people fucking hated it. Or it was more like the critics that hated it. I don't know what the general audience thought about the movie since I wasn't born when the movie came out, but this movie tanked in the box office, and I don't really know why. I have read online that the critics that watched it didn't like horror movies or thought the movie was disgusting for its visual effects. I have also read online that the movie tanked because it came out the same time as Blade Runner and E.T. Blade Runner, which is an awesome movie and a classic by now, and E.T., which is about a friendly alien who befriends a human child and needs to phone home to see his family again. And we all know that E.T. was a smashing success, many people liking a friendly alien that needed human help to get back home. And out comes John Carpenter's The Thing, which is also about an alien that kinda sort of needed human help, or any other organism in that matter. But this is not a friendly alien, and it's more like a scary mini Bobini one. This movie starts with an alien ship flying through space, crash landing on Earth, after the movie title is like... We cut to a dog running in Antarctica, with a Norwegian helicopter chasing it. While running, the dog finds a US science station, where we meet the main crew of the movie. Kurt Russell, MacReady, Dr. Blair, Knowles, Palmer, Childs, Dr. Copper, Norris, Bennings, Clark, Gary, Fuchs, and Windows. They greet the dog with open arms, and the Norwegian guy doesn't seem to like that, so he tries to blow them up with a grenade. While trying, he slips the grenade and accidentally blows up the chopper and the pilot. After the fireworks, the Norwegian is like, "Det er ikke en bikkje, det er en slags ting. Vi imiterer en." I was a kid when I watched this movie for the first time. Yes, I know, and I couldn't understand English at the time, so when I heard the Norwegian man speak, I was like, "Nani? Chotto matte, watashi wa reikaishita." Dude, shut the fuck up. And if you know Norwegian, which I do, you will understand why he was chasing the dog. But the Americans didn't understand shit, so the Norwegian guys tried to speak their language by shooting one in the leg. The dog is like, "Oh shit," and runs further in the base. The Norwegian guy keeps chasing the dog until he gets shot in the face. The main crew takes the body of the Norwegian man inside to see if there's any physically wrong with him, except for, the bullet in his head. They don't find anything more wrong with him and think he just went mad. The Americans are trying to get contact with the Norwegian base, but they haven't had contact with anybody in weeks. So to make sure that the Norwegians are okay, the Americans decide to go check on them. So while Kurt Russell, MacReady and Dr. Copper flies to go check on the Norwegian, we cut to the dog just walking around the base until we see a silhouette of a man. Then we cut back to Kurt Russell, MacReady and Dr. Copper exploring the Norwegian base, finding all kinds of fucked up stuff. Documents, some video of some kind of expedition, dead bodies, blood everywhere, big ice cube that is broken by the way, and you gotta remember that, and some kind of creature outside the base. It has multiple limbs, sticky and gross, and the face is like fusion of two people. Ew, what the fuck? It's all gross and shit, probably full of diseases. I don't want to touch that. Who even wants to get close to that thing? So they take it back to their base and start cutting it up. They find out that even if it looks like a monster, it still has human innards. Heart, lungs, kidney, all that jazz. Some time passes and we see the group just hanging around until Clark, the dog keeper, is tasked to take the new dog to the others. Here we see that this new dog is acting strange and not even the other dogs like him. Clark is like, "Meh," and walks away. Then we see one of the scenes that made this movie so famous. The dog starts mutating, splitting apart, killing the other dogs, absorbing it to itself, assimilating. Naturally, the dogs are screaming bloody murder, so Clark goes and checks on them and sees the proof that God doesn't exist. Kurt Russell, MacReady. Okay, I'm gonna stop with this joke. Hears the commotion and alerts the others. Mac is the first one to meet Clark and he's like, dude, what the fuck is going on? And Clark is like, bro, that shit whack, dude. Mac asks the others to get some weapons, and then comes my favorite line in the movie.
Mac wants the flamethrower. Mac wants the what? That's what he said, now move!
They try shooting it at first with no effect, so they use the flamethrower. And it seems to be super effective. After they kill it, they start to examine the corpse. Here they find out that this thing can absorb and imitate living organisms so that they can blend in and survive.
That's not dog. It's imitation. We got to it before it had time to finish.
They go through the documents that the Norwegians had to understand what the fuck is going on. While going through the VD documents, they found out that the Norwegians were digging something in the ice, and also where they were digging it. So Mac and two others fly to the location and find a spaceship that was covered by 10,000-year-old ice, and near the spaceship they find a familiar shape in the ice. Mac and me flies back to the base with the information, and then Palmer says my favorite line in the movie.
Happens all the time, man. They're falling out of the skies like flies.
While Mac is moving his stuff from storage to make space for the thing's corpse, he gets informed that it might still be alive. And right after we get this information, we see Bennings getting thingified. But since he got caught, he tries to make a run for it. The thing doesn't get far until the others catch up. They burn the thing, and they burn it good. In the background, Mac sees Blair messing with the helicopter, and he also starts a commotion inside the base, destroying all sort of communication and starts shooting his own men.
I'll kill you!
After they manage to get a hold of him and knocking him out, they take him outside to a shack they have outside the base. Blair grabs Mac and says,
Watch Clark. And watch him close, do you hear me?
Outside the shack, the group starts discussing that one or more of them might be one of those things, but...
So how do we know who's human? If I was an imitation, a perfect imitation, how would you know if it was really me?
They conclude that they maybe can use blood they have in storage and mix it with their blood to see if it reacts. So they go to check the blood they have in storage and hey, oh, haha! They start pointing finger at each other until Windows starts running. Windows managed to get a hold of a gun, but the others catch up with him before he managed to load it. Mac is like, hey, calmao puto, todos somos amigos aquí, ¿verdad? Everybody agrees that Mac should take charge, because he seems to be the most calm of them all. So he immediately takes charge and drugs the most suspicious ones. Clark, Dr. Copper, and Gary, that is. While trying to find a method for a test that can prove who's the thing, Fuchs spots something and chases it outside. Alone. Fucking why? The power in the base cuts for a moment, so the group gathers up, but Fuchs seems to be missing. But before they go searching for him, Mac and two others goes to check on Blair. I love that Blair is acting casually and saying that he's okay, while there's a noose right fucking there, and the best part is that they just ignore it. They never point that out, like, ever. I don't know why, but I think it's just fucking funny. They go back to the base to look for Fuchs. But right before they enter the base, they notice something in the snow. They find out that it is Fuchs, burned to a crisp. Thinking he burned himself before the thing could get him, Mac notices that the lights of his shack are on when he knows that he left them off. So Mac and Knowles goes to check out what's the deal with the lights. Some time passes and the other starts to get worried, but the worry grows even bigger when they see Knowles coming back, alone.
All of you, come here!
The group lets Knowles in and asks where Mac is. He says that he found a torn up shirt in his trash can and suspect him of being one of those things. So he bolted, running for his life, when Mac wasn't looking. They notice that Mac came back and is outside trying to get in. Mac doesn't manage to get the door open, but he managed to breach the base by breaking a window in the storage room. Everybody's ready to attack him, but Mac is ready. He's threatening everyone with some dynamite. They try to get a hold of him, but Mac managed to get them off. Everyone is on edge now, until they notice something.
Not breathing!
Mac takes command again and gathers everyone in the medical room, because he ain't trusting nobody anymore. Dr. Copper tries to fix up Norris, but it seems that he's having trouble with it. While he's doing that, Mac is... Mac burns the fucker down, but the thing isn't finished yet. In an attempt to escape, the thing detaches his own head and grows legs out of it. The head doesn't get far until my favorite line in the movie comes.
You gotta be fucking kidding.
And Mac burns it alive. Seeing the head try to escape gives Mac an idea. If the thing can detach parts of itself, and those parts can become its own entity, to ensure its survival, then in theory, if it just takes some blood from the thing and presents it to danger, it should react. Mac takes the rest of the group hostage to test out his theory. Everyone thinking that this is ridiculous, but Mac is the one with the gun, so Clark doesn't seem to like this and tries to stab Mac. But he goes the same way as the Norwegian man went, with the bullet in his head. Mac makes Windows tie everyone down, even the dead ones, and makes him take some blood from every single one. Mac tests out his theory on Windows' blood first, and then his own blood by sticking a hot needle in it.
Let's try the Doc and Clark. Now, Clark.
And Clark was human, huh? Which makes you a murderer, don't it?
A murderer? What? It was Clark charging at him with a knife. I think that was self-defense, dude. Fun fact, John Carpenter made it so that in this scene people have lights in their eyes and others don't. And those who didn't have it were the fuck! Every time, man. So Palmer starts changing and manages to take down Windows. Mac gets the flamethrower working again and sadly needs to burn them both. After that is dealt with, Mac continues with the experiment, testing one after another.
Let's do it.
I'd rather not spend the rest of this winter tied to this fucking couch!
That is one of my favorite lines in the movie, by the way. Now that everyone inside the base is tested, both alive and dead, there's just a single person left, and it's the one inside the shack, outside the base. Blair. Childs stays to guard the base while the rest of the group goes outside to test Blair. The group doesn't find Blair in the shack, but they do find a secret entrance in there that leads them underground, where it seems that Blair has been building a spaceship. The group goes back to the surface again to see if they can find Blair. Once they are up again, they see Childs running from the base, as if he was chasing someone, or something. But right after Childs runs off, the power cuts. Seems like the thing is a sore loser and cuts the power so that everyone freezes to death. The thing wants to freeze now, so it can lay dormant until the rescue team comes, just like it did with the Norwegians. Mac thinking, hey, if they're going to die anyways, why not go out with a bang? And with a bang they do, blowing up every room in the base in an attempt to kill the thing. They blow everything until there's only the basement left. The group starts to place dynamite around the place, but the thing managed to ambush Gary and assimilate him. Knowles, thinking he saw something, goes to check on it alone, without telling Mac. Mac now notices that he is alone, and now that he is alone, the thing attacks. The thing morphs into a human dinosaur dog thingy. But with dynamite placed everywhere, all Mac needs is just one more to blow the whole thing up. Mac gets a hold of a dynamite, then he goes like, there! And then we see that Mac manages to survive, but he will not survive for very long, with only the fire of the explosion keeping him warm, and that shit won't last forever. But what? It seems like Childs also managed to survive. Mac and Childs sit for a moment and talk, and they both accept their fates, as they sit next to each other, enjoying what is left of the fire. If Childs is Childs, though. Hello again. Just want to say, if you come this far in the video, I want to thank you. I never tried anything like this before, and it was actually kind of fun making a video like this. And hopefully this becomes a thing. I don't know how much time I will have. At the moment I do have a lot of time, since, you know, the thingy, the thingy that's happening around the world, but I haven't scripted any of this, so I just I'm going on just talking. As you might know, English is not my first language, so I'm sorry if I ramble on, and I just want to say thank you. Yeah, that's all. Thank you.